So today we're going to do another solar cook. I'm going to do a zucchini bread out in the All-American Sun Oven. So if this inspires you to stay with me, and I really hope it does, I hope you go down in the description box, check out my Facebook page, hit that like button over there, and then you'll get notified whenever I upload, even if you're not on YouTube. And join in on the conversation over there. See who I'm sharing. And also go over to my Wild Tree website and check out the product line that I have, all natural, all organic, great product line, great company to work for. There's an opportunity for you over there to become a rep as well if you'd like, or you can be a culinary member and get 20% off every order. So contact me if you'd like to do that, or any of the stuff interests you. Also, if you'd like to possibly get yourself an All-American Sun Oven, contact me and I will get you free shipping if you mention this video. All right, so let's go do some beautiful zucchini bread. And don't forget, if you like this video, go ahead and share it on your Facebook page and give me a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, come on. Okay, so I'm excited you stayed. As you can see, I've grated up the zucchini, and honestly, that was only a half of one of the larger ones, and it still had no seeds in it. This variety of zucchini is absolutely wonderful. If I remember, I will post it in the description box below. If you guys can get a hold of this heirloom organic variety, you know, try to, because it's probably the best zucchini I've ever had. And so, anyway, got that grated up. I need to grate up a bunch to put in the dehydrator. But before I do that, I want to take advantage of having some fresh items. So I'm going to add 2 cups of flour to my mixing bowl. And I've got my cast iron baking dish here, all greased up, ready to go. Instead of using canola oil or something like that, I'm going to use grapeseed oil because it's a healthier version, but I'm only going to use half of what it calls for. And the other half is going to be a banana. And that's going to cause this to be super moist and delicious. And this is the Wild Tree's natural grapeseed oil, so it doesn't have any flavor to it. It's a very light oil on your palate. It's wonderful. So we're going to put a nice ripe banana right over, put it in there. And then sugar, gotta have sugar in our recipe. And so I'm going to use brown sugar because I like that bit of molasses that it gets, and I'm probably only going to use about a cup, maybe a little more, but close to a cup of brown sugar. And this is kind of my secret ingredient, is a package of pistachio pudding in place of half of the sugar that it would normally require. And hopefully I can get this open. All right. You just put the pudding mix right in there. I think that's part of what makes this so moist and delicious. And I've tried it with other flavors, and it just, to me, it isn't quite as good as the pistachio. Then I want about 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/8 of allspice. Don't need much. And same on some clove, just a pinch of cloves, really. Ground clove, oh, it smells good. And then we need some baking powder and baking soda. And I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of each of baking powder and baking soda. This one's not open yet. So I guess it is open. All right, 1/2 teaspoon of that, and then we need some salt. So just a little bit, you don't need much. If you're on a salt restricted diet, get it out. And we've got some vanilla, and I'm just gonna eyeball that. Healthy, not pure vanilla, a healthy teaspoon of vanilla extract. You could put vanilla bean in there if you wanted as well, but I'm happy with the vanilla. Now, we're going to give this a little bit of a mix. So we're going to give this a little bit of a mix just to get it started, and then we can add in our zucchini. All right, so let's add in our zucchini. We need 2 eggs as well. So we'll put our eggs in. There. And wipe my hands a little bit. And let's get that stirred up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 cups of zucchini to this as well. 2 cups of zucchini, and this is going to add moisture as well. It looked like I had a lot more than that down there on that tray. That's all it was 2 cups. So I'm excited to bake this off because it's so hot that there's no way I'm heating up my oven for this. You're just going to give that a whirl, and it's a thick batter. And that's exactly what you want, is a nice thick batter. If you feel like it's too thick, add some yogurt to it. I've got plain yogurt. I might even add some. I think I will. I'm going to add some plain yogurt to this, just to thin it down a little bit, and it'll also add an element of sweetness and tangy at the same time. And I'm not gonna measure. Maybe a 1/3 of a cup of yogurt. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So I'll bring you back as soon as we get this all incorporated. We're going to put it in a loaf pan, and I might even need 2 loaf pans. So now we've got our batter. It's all ready to go in, and you want to make sure that you scrape your sides down. Go ahead and put it in there, and you want a well greased pan. And I'm worried that that's going to raise up and be too full. So it's not enough for another whole loaf, but I think I've got an idea. So let me bring you back right after I figure this out. All right, so I'm out here and I've got the self-leveling tray in there. And what I like to do is put, while this is, the shields are up, this is already preheated. The shields are up, and it's easier to get in and out of. So I've got the shield up. Now I'm going to shut the door, lock that down. Just gives it a nice tight shield or seal. And then you can take this and very simply, it just unfolds to the perfect position. Get your, just in case a breeze comes up, get that done. And there you go. Now we're going to come back and align this. All right, so we've got this all aligned with the sun. With the back has the lift kit, so to speak, and you just lift it up until you can see in and align the sun in with those holes. So it's like an eclipse. Anyway, sorry about the movement. We're going to bake this off, and I'll bring you back when it's all done. All right, guys. Look how beautiful that bread is. Now, I did unlatch the door just to let some of the condensation out, but I believe they're done. I'm just going to check. Hot. And how you're going to check that is to stick a toothpick. In this case, it's a wooden skewer. See if it comes out clean. And that one seems to be clean. I know this little guy's done. This one, there might be a little bit of resistance there. I'm going to leave the big one in for a little bit longer. But you can see it's getting nice and brown on top. So, sorry. Not a very good camera girl. Alright, so I'm going to take the little one out. Take it in and give you a taste test. Leave this big one in until it's really done. Alright, guys. Let's close that back up. And I'll be back. Alright, guys, so both loaves are done now. I did take the little one out a while ago, and this one I left in there. And what I really like cooking in the cast iron. I know that a lot of people will tell you to use the enamelware or really lightweight cookware. But I have found, especially when you get cloud cover, because like right now we have total cloud cover. When you have cloud cover, this cast iron is going to retain the heat that you've brought to it much longer than a thin-walled cookware. So I really like cooking with it. I'm going to make use of it. I'm going to let this cool in the pan until it starts pulling. It kind of shrinks up a little bit and it'll pull away from the edges for me. And then I'll jump it out and let it go ahead. This is cool enough I can taste this for you. And try to do this so you can see what I got going on. And it just smells so good. I'm really excited. The girls at work are going to be thrilled with the prospect to having, oh, look how pretty that is. You can really see the zucchini in there, and I just love it. And the grapeseed oil, and okay, I'm going to take a couple pictures and I'm going to get a bite. All right, so finally I get to take a bite of this. Put some butter on here. It's still warm enough to melt that butter. I keep my butter at room temperature anyway, but that is so moist and delicious. The pistachio, I don't know what it does, but it makes it happen. The pistachio flavoring, it's cakey. It's so good. It's very, very moist. I don't know how I can explain it, but you can see how cushiony that is, and then light as well. It's not a heavy bread at all. So I hope this inspires you to use up some of that zucchini and treat your friends at work. Put some of these loaves away. I think I'm going to put some away in the freezer for the holidays. I'm actually going to get to working on putting some zucchini shred, some grated zucchini into the freezer as well. So I hope it inspires you. I hope it brings you back. I hope you subscribe. And if you guys are interested in a solar oven, you know what to do. Talk to me. All right, guys. I guess I'll see you next time. God bless.